Hello, my beautiful audience. It's good to be here again today. It's been a while, right? Yes, but I do apologize. You know what? I am fully back right now. No more break. Oh yeah, today I'm going to be having a beautiful moment with this retired banker whose level of intelligence amazed me so much. As you can see behind me, the photo of him and his beautiful wife. Today is going to be a mind-blowing session with him. It's going to be giving it to us as we need it. Thank you. Sit back and watch.
One of the things I decided in life is that it's up to me. No family bearing Aigbokhaode that is in the village. We have a child that is not a graduate.
Wow.
The thing about life is this. When you hold your hand like this, nothing gets inside. When you hold your hand like this, guest fools and overflow. When you come to my house during holidays, it's an embassy. Students from different universities are in my house. It's like an embassy. So yeah, that was a nickname one of my friends gave my house.
Embassy.
I go and buy a car as a banker. I didn't borrow money. Where? Who? How can? It's not possible. Then I'm a banker. I'm a another bank. They will write my bank and tell them, this is Pando.
Wow.
It's 1 kg.
So it's lighter than the normal Pando?
Yes, it's
wow.
lighter.
Wow.
And it's fresher in the film. You know, philosophy, as they say, kills the cat.
Yeah.
So in my second visit,
yeah,
we were made to wait for long. So they gave us tea to drink.
Okay.
The day I came to collect it, so they gave us tea to drink, and maybe the others were not signed yet.
Okay.
So they can ask, so can I go and use myself? No, use the restroom. So I entered the restroom, I go to the toilet.
Here we are now with Chief John Aigbokhaode. Oh, we are so glad to have you here, sir. Welcome to Successful Media.
Thank you for having me.
Good. Now, your humble beginning story amazed me, sir. You know, talking of how you not having a university degree, but was able to get into the banking industry, and you rose from that level to a higher level in the banking industry. Now, tell us about this, your amazing story of how this happened for you.
Well, you know, in our times, it was different from what it is now.
Okay.
Number one, from the community I come from the home I come from,
Okay.
I was the first person to come out of the secondary school among those that grew up in the village.
Really?
And in my community, once you come out of secondary school, you are required to have graduated.
Oh.
So your education, as far as they are concerned, ends there. Anything you do after that is on your own.
Oh, really?
Then from there you take on responsibilities. You also now have to help others to also, in quote, graduate, which is help them to go through primary and secondary school, those that are behind you. And that was my lot. So when I came to Lagos at age 16 plus, when I left secondary school,
yeah,
I had to start working. I didn't get a job early enough. I got a job when I was almost 17, February of 1978.
Wow, you still remember that very well.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm almost 17, so I got my first job, and I job hunt for 3 months till I got a job in the Port Authority.
Okay.
So with that, I have to be learning to work, to support myself, and also send something home to support my own mother.
Wow.
And those that.
Wow.
One of the things I decided in life is that it's up to me. No family bearing Aigbokhaode that is in the village. We have a child that is not a graduate.
Wow.
I made that decision early enough in my life, so I was working as hard as I can
Wow.
to achieve that.
Wow.
So that limits the kind of way I can pull out to go to school. So I couldn't save enough money to go to school and still be able to help people. So what does that mean? I have to put one leg in trying to educate myself and a leg in trying to help those that are behind me.
Wow. That wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. So when I worked for Port Authority, my mission there was to go and read for this is a transport certificate. So I got a diploma, and so that with that I can become a manager in the Port Authority. So I got a break from some story that I will tell you another time if we have the time today. And I entered into the banking industry.
Okay.
With that, I switched from reading for business of transport to reading for banking.
Okay.
That helped me more because that had a better career prospect.
Okay.
I have more places to work with that than to work for only government authority with my previous arrangement.
Okay.
So with that, I can read at home.
Wow.
And I did read at home. I was not having time for the pleasures my mates used to have. In the evenings, I stay at home to read. If I work in the office, I stay back to read first. Weekends, I go to primary schools around my house to read, so that I go and do my exam. In the period of exam, we are supposed to be done. In 2.5 years, I had my banking diploma. So my mates that left school with me, or those that left, so those that left a year or so behind me, that I went to university, when they were going for service, I followed them to go and do for youth service.
Really?
Yes, because then when you do that certificate, you are supposed to go and serve. So I also followed them to go and serve. But the advantage was that, if they come back into the industry,
You've gone
they'll
from.
be starting from level 9. I'm going to start from level 10.
Wow, ahead of them.
Ahead of them, because I already have some years experience plus my certificates.
Wow.
And we're both serving. And then I am serving with my employer.
Oh.
Yeah, I serve with my employer. They sent me on the program. They kept me. They sent me on a program in Port Harcourt for 1 year, and I used that as my youth service year. And after that, I went for masters. So that's why I said that I never went to university the way everybody went to.
Yeah.
I stayed in my house to read, got my first certificate, and with that I applied to Unilag. I did my master's in Unilag. So I have a master's from Unilag.
Wow, wow. This is a beautiful story. You know what amazed me most is how your heart is towards others. This is you didn't even have what it takes yet, but you already have the mindset that in as much as the situation is not looking beautiful right now, you are still going to work and ensure that your plan for others is become a reality. That's what really amazed me. It's not everybody. Some people will go through all that. They will say, you know what, let me take care of myself first. But that wasn't your case.
No, there was a time, at least, when I started working in the bank when I was now converted from the junior staff. I was never a supervisor in the bank. I went straight from junior staff to officer.
Wow.
So when I became an officer, the minimum I could have at any point in time was about 11 people as students. When you come to my house during holidays, it's an embassy.
Wow.
Students from different universities are in my house. It's like an embassy. So
wow.
Yeah, that was the nickname one of my friends gave my house.
Embassy. Probably, I'm sure they would have been saying that's the owner of the embassy house.
Yeah, so
right.
That's how it was. So people come in and thank God today everybody is on his own. They're able to stand on their own, and it's good.
It's good. You know, people like you, there's no how God will not bless them.
Well, yes, God has been kind.
That's why your life is a beautiful life, because when you think about others, it gladdens the heart of God, because God gives. He's the one who gives to us. So when he gives, he wants you to also give to someone else. You see,
the thing about life is this: when you hold your hand like this, nothing gets inside. When you hold your hand like this, gets full and overflow. It is the one that overflows that people take. God makes sure that your hand that you hold like this will overflow, and then you can let people have. Wow. But when you hold it tight, the one you think you are holding is so small.
That is it. Say it again.
It's so small.
Say it again.
People don't realize that. I always tell people that what you give is what you get. It's when you allow it to go that you allow more to come.
To come in.
Yes.
To come in. That's true. It's just like a river that does not flow out.
Yeah.
You see, when you hold it.
Stagnant.
Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. This is a beautiful story. Right. What motivated you to take some courses to improve on yourself? Were you self-motivated, or is this someone that was always talking to you?
You see, that is the hand of God in my life.
Wow.
My father died when I was just 4 years old, so I never knew my dad.
Wow.
So I'm a mommy's boy, and my mother didn't go to school. So she's just, her own is that my son must
go to school,
go to get education. So I never had that father figure that says, go this way, go this way, go this way. Later in life, I see the effect. But then I didn't see the effect. All I wanted was, okay, I must be educated. I must be better than, this is not the best.
Yeah.
I must go beyond this. So I always feel that there is always something out there you can achieve.
How true that is.
Let me, sorry to say this.
Okay.
In the sort of country I come from, when they come out with that have graduated background, there's a section of Lagos, I don't want to mention this type of Lagos, where my people live a lot.
Okay.
They go there, they congregate in the evening, they drink and compare themselves to those that are still in the village who are still farmers. And they say that, oh, those ones are still there. I am here, I have made it out.
Wow.
Some of them who are before us, those who graduated before us, after me, a lot of people will be able to make a change.
Yeah.
But those who graduated before us never went further.
Oh.
Because as far as they are concerned, they have arrived.
They've arrived
Because they were congregating among people from our community. Whereas they were not looking at their other peers from the other tribes, the Igbo man, the Yoruba man, who have the same level with you, who is aspiring to
go higher and to help others.
To help others. So when I was working in the ports, I looked at too. They were all, oh, I'm here temporarily. My father said that he's also for 1 year or 2 years. I'm going to university. And I asked myself, okay, these guys are like this. There was something out there. So why not you also? There's no father to tell you, but you tell yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I was telling myself, okay, I can't follow them. Some resign and left. I can't follow them that far, but it doesn't mean that I cannot go that way. So I have to do what I can to follow them my own way.
Wow.
And today God has made it possible.
It's good. You listen to your heart.
Yes.
And your heart beats that, you know what, don't look at these people. Look at where you're going. You have a purpose.
Yes.
So you then saw that if you go through the way you're going through, you're not going to achieve your purpose. And you have a heart that ensure people are living well. You know, so that is what came into your heart to push you, that you don't have to wait for someone to tell you that this is a pathway to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, that was actually a very good one. It is an amazing story, really.
Yeah.
You told me of a young man you helped with accommodation, who turned out to be the person to whom you got your first banking job through. Now, this part is very sensitive because it is you going out of your way to help somebody you don't know from nowhere without you knowing that this same person is your destiny helper, if I may put it that way. Right. Okay. Now, sir, can you educate us on how important it is to help someone?
It is very important because when you throw a stone in the market, you don't know who that stone will meet.
Wow. Say it again, sir.
When you throw a stone in the market,
wow,
you don't know who is going to. Let me tell you what shaped my life.
Okay.
My first week in secondary school, I went to a Catholic school where all my teachers were white.
How old were you then?
I was about 9 or 10.
Okay.
So, you know the funny thing. My official age is 1 year higher than my normal age.
Okay.
So that I can get to school.
Okay.
Because of where I went to school.
Yeah.
So I was told in the original primary school that don't ever do anything that made them call to the principal's office.
Okay.
So my first week in secondary school, they said I should come to the principal's office.
You were scared.
I was half dead. I got there, I met Michael, he's a white man, sitting with a black man, and he asked me, come, which of the Aigbokhaode are you? And I told him my father. He said, is your mama where you are coming to school? I said, she sent me here now. I said, okay. And she didn't tell me. I said, she's not around. That my mom has come to Lagos to see the sister, to stay with the brother, who's why I paid pet.
Yeah.
So I'm only coming here through my grandma.
Okay.
And I said, okay. You paid for uniform? I said, yes, I know how they pay for uniform. She be giving me uniform. Because in those days, when you come to St. John's, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
You queue. You pick your books, you pick everything you pick.
Okay.
So you don't know what your parents pay for, but once they have come to resume school,
they
have already measured you. You pick everything you need. So no student will say, I don't have that. No, everybody has the same thing.
All right.
So I picked my uniform on cue. So I said, I said, okay, come to my place to take more. And I said, sir, who shall I say, sir? Said, tell them Alaji. We get to the place. I said, when you get to the Catholic church in town, tell them you're looking for Alaji's house. Alaji to Kandi. So I went. Alaji Dirisu. I went. Man died last year, a year or so ago. That's when man died. So I went to the tailor's place. He's a school tailor. So I went to his place. He gave me 3 sets of all uniform free.
Wow.
I don't know him. So when my mom came from Lagos, and I told her, this is what happened. He said, oh, okay, you are benefiting from your father's legacy.
Oh, see the beautiful thing of helping people.
I said, what? He said, that told me how that man was an apprentice tailor, the problem he had, the role my father played, and how he was who he used to be.
That's what enjoying.
And to enter St. John's then was like this.
Wow.
Assuming my father have offended that man, even to enter the school may have been a problem for me.
Yeah.
So that shaped my life.
Wow.
That you need to do good. So here was I, a few times I go and play ball with my colleagues, my mates. They will live at Jegule. There was end of Tolo Road. There used to be open field, sand fields. When they were building Tinkan Island, they sand field that area. I work in Tinkan, so I just cross the canal to go there. So when we have time, we play football on Saturday morning. So I went to play football on Saturday morning, and a friend of mine, John, he said that he wanted to do someone else to me. He said, this is our friend Joe. I said, so what's happened? He said, these are his things. Joe came with his bag, all of his possession. That he was just rejected by his brother that morning. Can I accommodate him?
His own brother rejected him.
Yes. So can I accommodate him? Did they find a place for him? Me, I just went to my own house, not quite 1 month.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, so no problem, let him come. So he followed me from there. I don't know him from Adam.
Wow.
He lived with me for over 5 years.
Wow.
Let him say over the weekend. He stayed in my house for more than 5 years.
Wow.
So he now told me that he works in the Bank of America. That why am I not trying to go and work in the bank? I don't have anybody in the bank.
Wow.
This is why I'm reading. He said, but if you are reading like this, read this thing in bank, you are better with the way. I don't have means of getting into the bank. If I have a business, I said, okay. There's one of your town people that is the secretary to our overall organ. I go and talk to him. Wow. So he took my application, went to go and meet the guy, and the guy said, this man is from my area. Let him give him. He gave me. Within 2 weeks, he invited me for a written interview. I went. About 5 or 10 of us came. Gave us a test. We did the exam. Within another 2 weeks again, they come in for an interview.
Wow.
This time, not in Awapa. I wrote that exam in Awapa. Okay. We now called to the head office in Bajimo. Bajimo Street is where you have President Balogun.
Yeah.
The Bajimo Street, that's where they have their head office. And I went to Bajimo Street. And I entered the place. First thing I noticed was I saw inside the room written restroom. See,
I remember this story.
This guy. So when they finish working, they go and rest.
It's beautiful part.
I said, so they have restroom in the office. Yeah, we are smelling.
Then you didn't know the meaning of restroom.
I don't know.
Wow.
Restroom. So I said I must walk here. So they can walk and go and rest.
Yeah.
Hey. Now the restroom was toilet. So I went there, they interviewed me that day. So within 1 week again or 2 weeks, they called me back and said that, okay, they are giving me a job.
Okay.
This is serious. So I said, I need 1 month to resign. They said, no problem, we'll give you a time, you didn't go and resign. And I resigned and I switched to banking. And that was the turning point.
And I'm sure you were still thinking about our restroom.
Of
when they gave you the job.
No, you know the funny thing. You know, curiosity, as they say, kills the cat.
Yeah.
So in my second visit, we were made to wait for long. So they gave us tea to drink.
Okay.
The day I came to collect, so they gave us tea to drink, and maybe the letters were not signed yet.
Okay.
So I asked, so can I go and use myself? I said, no, use the restroom. So I entered the restroom, I go to the toilet.
Oh my God. Oh, this is a good one.
That was the best time. The restroom was toilet. Oh, you want to call restroom?
That's good.
That's how I entered banking, and the rest is history.
So it was a beautiful moment that someone you just made up your mind to let stay with you was the same person God used to, move you to where you belonged.
Yes, and also when God gives use people to move you, also move yourself.
Wow. Wow.
You won't believe this same person lost his job in the bank, went to work somewhere as like an office assistant in Warri, and he used to call me. We lost contact for a while. Then he started calling me that this is what he's suffering. I said, okay, fine. Then I had a franchise from an Italian company for fashion. I had a shop at the Eleganza Plaza in Harapa.
Okay.
And then so I ended to take it.
While you were still in the bank?
Yes, it was my side hustle.
Okay.
So that company came to Nigeria. They partnered with the Nigerian who came here. I was trying to now dupe them. So they backed that and were stranded.
Okay.
So I had to sign an agreement with them as their local rep.
Okay.
And I invested in it. And then I now moved the business from Eleganza Plaza to Balogun.
Oh, okay.
The back of Broad Street with an office there. And I said, okay, fine. You come back, come and stay here and work with the manager that was the lady manager. I had a relative lady manager and co. Lady is the one. So we started going to Dubai. Don't have the franchise from Italy that we bring in.
Yeah.
Started going to Dubai to buy other things in that. And he was the office manager, floor manager. This guy couldn't cope. He couldn't.
Why?
At the end of the day, we had to let him go. Aside from that, I went to Lagos. He was living in my house. I gave him a house.
Okay.
Gave him a house, free housing, free work. I still pay him salary.
All right.
And instead of seeing it as a way to go out, he was seeing it as a way to, let's say, show. I don't know. He ended up, people were owing him over almost 4 million. I don't know about.
From that business?
Yes. He was giving business to church members. He won't go and market. He will call the church member. He will want to do it, give his love. So what I'm trying to say is that when you have a helper, also try to help
yourself. So you will not be there forever and being helped by people when you should be helping others.
Exactly. So that is why I couldn't give him a ladder to climb higher from where he was.
Okay, I can say that from what you said so far, what I can pick from it is this. You could help someone to rise, but don't stay where you are. As you are helping people to rise, also help yourself to rise too.
And also you that are being helped to rise, when you get that ladder, climb it.
Yeah, climb
it. Don't think that it is about right. No.
Yeah, because you have to get to where you want to be in life.
And also when you are helping people, don't expect reward from them.
It's from God.
There's a saying in my place, assist me to climb is where the agreement ends. Once we are at the top, we go our separate ways.
That's true.
So once you help people to climb, don't expect that they will still follow where they are up
That's
there.
true. You know,
the ones that we reward you, that will pay you back, are not the ones you help to.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
So the reward will come from other places.
Yeah, that's true.
Offices that I entered today, and they say, what are you doing here? The people that are saying that to me, like, what are you doing here? They want to kill themselves to help me. I don't even recognize, I don't remember where I ran or how I helped them.
Because your mind was not for that. You didn't help them.
They are the ones that will tell me, oh, you don't remember me? I didn't know who like that. So, but the people that you really feel, oh, this guy, I've done this for this night, they will never come back. There are guys today, I left bank in 2004. There are guys that are saying bring Christmas present to my house today.
You said so.
That every year, they don't work in the bank, they work or they still bring packages to my house today.
Wow.
They are former bank workers.
You know, your goodness is now paying you back.
Yes. So,
even though you're not expecting it, but it has to come.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people are very good with showing kindness to people that help them in life.
Yes.
Yeah. Why some don't care?
Some don't.
Yeah. So for the ones who care, whether you remind them or not, they just have it in mind. You know, this person helped me. I'm going to keep to this. Always ensuring that I bring something.
One of them named his child after me.
Wow, you said so.
One of them named his child after me. And
wow.
Today, he still brings that child every Christmas to come and visit me.
And you see, you helped a lot of people, but just a few remember to come back and say thank you for what you did for me.
Yeah, because God remembers.
Yeah.
And He used others to help you too.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Don't look to them.
Yeah.
The God who helped you to help people.
Yeah.
He continue to help you to help yourself and bring help to you from wherever.
Wow. That's a very good one. That's a good one, sir. I mean, you have so much to to really, give to us. And we're getting it today.
Thank you.
Because, some people think when you have something big, just use it alone for yourself. It's not for you to help others. But I strongly believe for those who are hearing what you're saying right now, they will come to terms with it that, even if they've been very selfish, they want to learn to release. Because it's when you release, you get more in. Just like you use an example that when you hold your hands like this, nothing comes in. But when you open it, it's filled to the brim and overflows.
That is the problem we have in the country today. People want to have it all for themselves. But how much can you spend?
How much can you spend for yourself?
That's why we have problem in the country. See, if you have 1 billion naira, and you leave it in the savings account, put it in the money market today, and it's giving you 20%, that's about 200 million every year. If you are healthy, you eat all kind of food you want to eat, you don't spend more than, assuming you have a large family, you don't spend more than 1.5 million a month, no matter what happens.
Yeah, no matter what, yeah.
So that means at the end of the year, you are spending 15 million for food. Medical bills, another because you are sick, 14 million. That's 15 plus 40, that is 55 million naira.
Yeah.
In a year. You are going on holiday, another 20 million. 75 million naira. And then you have 1 billion you kept somewhere that gives you 200 million every year, and you still want to steal more. What do you need it for?
What do you need it for?
What do you need it for? And then your community are hungry people that are hungry. The people that when they come around you, you bring 1 million out, you share it, you want them to follow by themselves to collect 10 bags of rice you bought with 1 million. That is not life.
It's not life, really.
So that's the problem we have in the country. People are amassing more than they need. And because they think they need it, they don't want to pay people.
Which is not good. Yeah, this is just for you to know that the life we live is not for you alone. When you have wealth, even if you don't have wealth, you have a little, try to put other people in your heart. Be considerate. Look out for those who don't even have and help them. By so doing, you are building a future for yourself that you may never know is going to happen one day. We will be right back. Yes, sir. We were talking about how you helped a young man who then turned to be the ladder. You climbed to get into the banking industry before we went on a break. Okay, now, you were in the banking industry for 25 years, right? What are the values the banking system no longer put into consideration that you think they should revisit for the banking system to be the better one it was back then?
Well, it's a bit on both sides. On the side of the promoters of the bank,
okay,
and on the side of the workers in the banks.
When you say promoters, what do you
mean? The owners of the bank.
Okay.
If you want to have a professional banker, you have to train.
All right, training.
No matter what you learn in university, when you come to banking, you have to be trained. I spent 1 year in training.
Wow.
Just training in my banking career. Not that I was in the bank before I read and this thing. And then if you are a graduate, you come back. It depends on what you want to do. If you are very good, you spend 1 year in training.
Okay.
Because
which is good.
You have 6 months break. You can be trained for credit, 6 months.
Okay.
You can be trained for operations, 6 months. They can even do all in 6 months for you. 3 months operation, 3 months credit, depending on where they want to send you.
Okay.
I was being prepared as a trainer. And what they call OPM, people who can design systems in the bank and co.
Okay.
So I went round. When I finished, they sent me to the field where you walk with people that are to say, what these things you are doing, how are you doing it? You see it, and then you correct them.
You oversee them, what they're doing.
You correct them there, and then if what you see in the field is better than what's in the manual, you write an op-ed.
Okay.
right? Or an opinion.
Okay.
Back to management to say, no, this is what the law says. This is what the procedure says. What I'm seeing here
is better than the procedure.
So that they can sit back and say, amend it. That is how much they spent on personnel in those days. So that by the time I went to practicing banking, I can write the manual of a bank from when they gave you a banking license to the day you open your doors to the public.
Really?
Single-handedly, yes.
Wow.
I can do that. So, in the days past, when you have a customer, you have to relate in a way that if a customer is borrowing from you, he can't write a check without knowing what's borrowing from you. Because of my training, I can sit down with you, look at your annual budget, your production plan, your cash flow, and we educate each other. You tell me what you are doing. Based on my experience, I was speaking to Peter, who does the same job with you, and I can say, okay, are you sure you are doing right? What about this? I'm not going to reveal what Peter is doing to me, but I'm going to use to advise you. I want to advise you on how a budget and give it to me. You draw a check as a budget, and I will start asking you questions. What are you drawing this check for? Then we talk. But today, banking in the late 80s started migrating from training people into going to buy people already trained. Then instead of using them to train your own staff, you give them targets to just go and get deposits.
So what impact is that making in banking industry?
So the impact is then making is that once you bring in deposit, you can bring in money, your career path in bank to go up is assured.
Oh, it's assured.
So,
okay.
And then you now go up in banking empty.
Because you don't have the knowledge.
Because you don't have the knowledge so that you now find that today, when you enter the average banking hall, what you see there are contract staff that are not trained. Only a few staff are assembled in one area or zone who are able to do things online to help the people at the branch. Then, even the so-called people that are at the center that assist those at the branch, when they do some things, sometimes you ask them, say, where is this people learn banking? That is why the fraud level is so high.
Wow.
The fraud level in the banking industry, if they reveal it to the man outside, you shake your head, because the guy there is not seeing a career path, he's a contract worker. So there's no career path for him. So he's not committed. He's looking for where to grab and go.
Oh.
Those who are supposed to be having career paths are seeing people who are above them living a flamboyant lifestyle because they didn't get there as conservative bankers. As a banker, I buy a new suit. My boss will call me and say, what's happening to you?
Where did you get the money?
You know, he said, you look so good today. What are you doing? Where are you getting money? He will ask you. They will ask you. I buy a car as a banker. I didn't borrow money. Where? Who? How can? It's not possible. Then I'm a banker. I'm working in another bank. They will write my bank and tell them that I account with them.
Oh, really? That's the way it was then?
That's the way it was.
Oh.
I go up and another bank. They will write my bank. Except they didn't know I was. The day they knew that I work in the bank, they will write that this guy have an account here.
But now it's not like that, right?
Now it's not like that. So, but now this is how they can control it. But now this is a computer age. So the system have allowed commercial interest to overtake professional interest. Banks can make money if they still maintain professionalism. Okay. But they want to make extra money. That's why even when the economy is down, the bankers or the banking industry is thriving.
But is that sustainable? Can that sustain?
It will be sustainable as long as we have a government that is not encouraging a growing economy.
Okay.
Once the economy is growing, go and check the whole world outside Nigeria. Where in the world do you see that people that are richest in the country are from the banking industry? Where else in the world? Because banker lives on small commission.
Yeah.
That comes from, but here banker live on big deals. So that is why it's changed a lot. If you want to put it back, first we have to agree to train.
Okay.
Train and train. Invest in training. Then when you train people and they know what to do, they now enforce controls.
Okay.
It is in control that you catch people. Today, what they used to call callback, now it's whatever happened in the bank the previous day is reviewed the next day. Today we are on computer. Now it can be reviewed online real time.
Oh,
but
yeah.
how many people have an opportunity to man the terminals that will review transactions? They don't. Many of the IT staff in the bank industry, they are gone. They leave because they are not well paid or they have better jobs. But yeah, the bank makes the money. If they know how it is good for them, they know what to do. So, as I said, it's on twofold. We need to have a society that integrity is built into, because I also have a factor in it. In my mind, in politics, is writing Mercedes. I must write Mercedes when I'm in the bank. So, how to do it? I cut corners.
And that's not helping.
It's not helping
It's
because
not helping.
it's rent seeking. You take rent from the economy and then somebody have to pay for it. It's not helping.
So as it is, there's no way out of it except these principles are put into.
There's no, first of all, if the government encourage an economy that can thrive, that will make banking to do their real job. Because banking are not doing their real job now. They're just taking money from it, lending short. Which bank is lending to a manufacturer that's doing a 10-year factory, 20-year factory? No.
And that's what they should invest in.
That's what they should invest in. But they too don't have that kind of money because we cannot structure their way they have structured themselves. They don't have that kind of money. They don't structure their economy.
So can they go back to basics to rebuild?
It is possible if banks can go back to basics, beginning from the government, the CBN, and then the banks. Because you can't control me if you don't give me an environment that enables you to control me. You're going to have to create an environment where the bank can work well so that CBN can control them. Because if you make me to be lending to an economy that is so influential as we are today, who will pay? Who can pay me back? The average bank will lend for the 70% interest. What will I do with that to go to pay back the bank? So that is the problem.
It's just a very big issue, really. It is a big one. What drives you is the desire to help people. What do you have to teach us from this? And what were your thoughts about charitable lifestyle?
Well, if you want to help yourself, you need to help people. Because a time will come in your life when, no matter how rich you are, you need people to help you do things you want to do. Today, in those, I used to drive myself to my village. Can I do that again now?
No.
I need a driver.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm not good to my driver, I'll be changing them like rapper.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That is not good for you.
Yeah.
So if you are good to your driver, I'm starting from between your wheel. Similarly, that also applies to every general part of life. So that you will reap somewhere in the future. The situations I have achieved, or the positions I have been given in life, leadership positions, it is not because I'm the best. So, because people feel like, this man has been doing this for us, let us help him, let us make him do this for us, he will do this better for us. So that is what makes me reach where I am today. And then helping, aside from helping yourself, putting a smile in somebody's face is a smile on your own face.
Oh yeah, beautiful smile on your face.
If you go to your community, the level of acceptance you have is not depending on how much money you have.
No.
Depending on how much help you give.
Yeah.
I always tell people, I don't want to be the richest man in Fuga. I want to be the most generous man in Fuga.
Good.
That's the title I want.
Good.
Not the richest man. So I'm important of that. When anybody from my community or anybody from around me in the circles that I operate, that when they encounter me, they don't go the way they came. There must be something that you will take away. It doesn't have to be money.
Yeah, that's true.
But sometimes, this man was helpful in what he did. That's my philosophy.
Wow, that's a beautiful one. So we all heard it. Kindness is a very good thing. looking into people's eyes and reading it's in their mind. It could be hunger, it could be a big mountain, and just stretching the hand of kindness to them pays. It goes a long way. It might not be money, but it's going to be something that is going to take that person out of that situation, shift their mind out of the pain, so it's a very good thing. I mean, well done, sir, for all of this you're really teaching us today. What drives you is the desire to help people. What do you have to teach us from this, and what's your thoughts when it comes to charitable lifestyle?
Well, when you want to help people, you are probably helping yourself. Because it is the water you throw ahead that you step on. That is saying in my side.
Wow.
And what you give out is actually waiting for you in future. If you go to your community, the respect you get is not the amount of money that you have. It's how that money has impacted people. So if you want to be relevant, you want to have peace, then you should try to make people relevant and make them also have peace.
Peace.
There's a limit to how much you can spend.
True.
So if you amass all the money for yourself, it is useless. You will die and leave them behind. Those who are living it for, you don't know the value. So the more you use your money to influence the life of others, the better it is for you and for such people.
Wow.
So
that's a very good one. So charitable lifestyle is meant for everybody.
Yes.
It's meant for everybody. We shouldn't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Because when you help someone, you're actually sowing a seed that is waiting for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if you don't help, it's also a seed you're sowing. When tomorrow comes, it will be difficult for you to see someone that is going to help you.
Yeah.
That's what the story is all about. Yes, sir. You and your wife, you have a company called Farm of the Saints.
Yes.
Right?
Saints.
How did it come about? Because you were in the banking industry for 25 years, and this is you retired, and this is you having a beautiful company. How did it come about? That's another dream.
Yeah,
a milestone, really.
Yeah. When I was in the bank, I come back late.
Okay.
As an Edo man, I have to swallow.
Okay.
She wasn't so comfortable because my wife.
As a Nigerian also. There's a lot of Nigerians.
My wife is an hotelier, a caterer, and someone who knows about food.
Wow.
So she started experimenting with various formulations.
Okay.
That will let me still feel the fact that I'm eating it. Yeah, I'm eating swallow.
Okay.
Without having to eat pan and yam every time. So he came out with this formula that it also liked and also good, using that feeling. And over time, when we have guests and they eat it, they start asking for what it is.
Wow.
And they want to go with it. So I said, lady, why don't you commercialize this? That's how we came about with that company.
Wow.
But along the line, when I saw her struggling with it, I decided to step in and also use it as an empowerment tool to my own community, because we have to assist farmers to grow some of the input, take it off them, to put it into the processing of getting what we have to do that we are selling. Yeah, it's a product that we have been able to put into Lagos, and some of our friends or people that are outside also order it online.
Wow.
We ship it outside the country, and we also sell to people outside Lagos.
Okay.
It depends on where they are ordering from.
Yeah.
So we are gradually spreading it. Initially, we were just taking it as a minor.
And it started growing because of the demand.
Let people go. Business. So, what are we doing today? But now, it's taking a life of its own. So
because
now
the demand is getting higher and higher.
Now have to invest in it.
Wow.
So that is product. If I can show you.
Where's the product? We would love to see.
Sample. This is Pando.
Wow.
It's 1 kg.
So it's a normal Pando.
Yes, it's lighter.
Wow.
And it's fresher in the film. It's something that you can easily do. I give you a sample when you are going. So you go and taste it, and then you can put it and see what it is.
Okay, that's
just the way
beautiful.
people prepare amala is where you prepare it.
Wow.
When it comes out, you feel it like.
Wow. That's beautiful.
But this is organic. It's purely natural, nothing added, no added. So it's like this. Similarly, we have other products.
Yeah, you have this other
We have
products?
what we call in our area, call it oli.
Okay.
Which is black plum.
Okay.
Black plum, if you Google it, you will see the heavens of black plum. Many things it can do. And started from prostate, menstruation, sort of.
Oh, really?
All this is black plum. India practically worship black plum. We don't eat black plum the way India eat it.
Oh, really?
But we have been able to process it in our community into a honey-like liquid that is preserved. No foreign, no non-organic object. That thing, if I give you a bottle, can last you for 8 years plus.
Oh,
To
really?
remain fresh, don't refrigerate.
Oh, that's
Yes.
a very good one.
This
Storage
also,
is easy.
Yeah, this is also a bottle of that.
Wow.
It's only.
Wow.
So it's something that is original. I grew up with it.
No, really?
In where we come from, when your mother go to the market and buys you a eko and akara,
What's that?
in my place,
Okay.
he buys you a eko and akara.
Okay.
He has done it, but he want to make you feel a big boy. He buys small oli, this, and add to it. That's Mr. Biggs of the highest order.
Eko akara, you're talking about the beans
The
cake.
local beans cake,
Yes.
and the
And,
white pap.
Okay.
Yes, when they buy it for you, your mother comes from the local market and buys that, and I pour a bit of this in it. You are in
Very
heaven.
tasty. Wow.
You are in heaven.
Wow.
So that's how we grew up.
So you don't need sugar with this one?
No. In my place, people do honey to sell,
Okay.
and we make honey to do what honey do for us.
Wow.
Because this is better.
This is
one of-
healthy.
This is healthy.
You don't need
This-
sugar
no need
because
sugar.
this one is healthy. It's very tasty.
Very tasty.
So you don't need. If
Yes.
you're a sweet tooth person, just stay away from sugar. Come for this.
Yes. And then you can bake cake with this one as well.
Oh, you see now. So
And then
serves many
if you
purposes.
also want to drink a lot of bread, wine, or alcohol
Yeah.
without feeling it,
Yeah.
put only in your wine. You finish a bottle without knowing that you are finishing it.
Oh, really?
Yes. These are very good things that they can do.
Wow.
But then if you also have hemoglobin issue,
Yeah.
take it.
Okay.
Just also the same way you take hemoglobin that you buy from the pharmacy.
Yeah.
You know, if you take too much, it can poison you.
Yeah.
You take only too much, it will poison.
So you can decide to leave the one you buy in the pharmacy and
go
just
on.
take this one.
Yes.
Wow.
You just want to know about it, just go to your area or your group. Say health benefit of black plum.
Okay.
See what it will tell you.
Okay. That's
what it
beautiful.
is. Thank
Thank you, sir, for that. You have just solved a big problem for the community. Yeah, that's the truth. What are your customers' reviews over these products? Because they are fantastic
That's why they are growing. As I said, we will just let my people go.
Oh.
But now it's taking a life of its own.
Okay.
It's growing, and then the empowerment part, we as I said, we buy from local farmers in our
Okay,
areas and
yeah.
places. But now we have partnered with somebody who have helped us to put a plant in my community.
Okay.
Maybe you call me high chief.
Yeah.
I am the village head of my community.
Wow.
So to empower the youth, we are now trying to give them funding. They
Okay.
buy from the farmer, process the raw material,
Yeah.
ship it to us.
Wow.
We process it into this, which will give back to some of the youth again.
Wow.
To go and open up distributorship in other part of the country.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Do you have distributors here in Lagos?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, that's
We do.
good.
We sell through distributors.
Before the end of this year, this company is going to grow very big.
By the grace of God.
It's
they are
going to
doing-
go very
they are
big.
doing.
That's
They are
really
doing.
good.
If we have seen it as a business we want to put energy in
Yeah.
before now, we have been very, very big.
Now you are seeing it now.
Yeah, now we are,
It's gonna
demand
grow.
is making us.
Yeah, it's going to grow.
Yeah.
You know what? Any food that is very healthy,
Yes.
people go for it.
Yes.
Because now people are very, very much enlightened
Health
about.
conscious.
Yeah,
People are
you
very health
eat
conscious.
right because nobody want to be sick. You don't want to be
People are very
spending your money on medication, going to the hospital for treatment and all that. So rather, you eat something that is healthy. You know. Oh, that's a beautiful one. You said the products they are organic, right?
They are organic.
Oh.
All our products are organic. We also have rice.
Okay.
We also have wheat.
Okay.
What we call wheat.
Okay.
We have plantain flour too.
Okay.
We have this, but they are
They're all organic. That's beautiful.
That's one of our key factors that all our products must be organic.
Oh, that's a beautiful one. So how fulfilled are you seeing that you have been able to solve a problem for your community? How fulfilled?
Of course, you feel fulfilled, you feel happy because
Wow.
aside from benefits that come to you, other people are also benefiting from it. Anything that creates employment, it's good.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
great employment is good.
Your kind heart is so wonderful, to be honest.
It's God.
Because you're starting another company and you are doing it so that the youth can be beneficiaries. That's a very great one, sir. If we have, let's say, 50 of you in this country, it's going to...
Well, I hope so. One day we'll get there.
Oh, by the grace of God. By the grace of God. How should one invest in themselves, looking at the way you rose from where you started from to where you were? And you know, when you retired from the banking industry, you didn't say, I'm done. You came and joined force with what your wife was doing, and you made something visible now.
When I retired, no, this is a very late business.
Okay.
I retired 2004.
Okay.
And I went to my private business. I have a real estate business. I have a computer business that I wind down and go, now I want to rest.
Yeah, I know, so, those ones are very stressful.
Yeah, so when I left banking, I started in Capital Limited. It's a consulting and technology-based company.
Wow.
And we did some very big jobs in this country. Like INEC, we designed voting machine for INEC.
Yeah.
We did computerization of land registry for Oyo State government.
Wow.
Many small jobs we did, companies that we kept like that. We did some things, but later, when you get something, you need to pipe down.
Yeah.
Because when I was piping down, that my dad was struggling. I said, okay, lady, okay, fine.
Let's do it
both
together.
of us are trying to do things that don't too much engage us.
Yeah.
Let's also put some effort.
Focus on this.
So that's why we're doing this. But my real estate company is still running.
Okay. That's a great one.
We still do things on real estate stuff.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a very good one. What would you say to retired people? Should they get something doing that is still going to be bringing money to the table when they retire? Or should they say they have retired, they're looking at their age and just say, you know what, let me just sit down and do nothing? What would be your advice for them? Because you are a retired person.
It depends on how retired they like now. Like now, if you are a poor man like me that retired with no money,
Is that like
you will not retire and fold your hand.
Oh, yeah.
You will retire and still be doing something against yourself.
Great.
But if you are very rich and you have investment that gives you monthly income,
yeah,
please still do something. It means that when you are idle, your systems go idle and it collapses. So do something. So like now, yeah, I work, but I don't work the way I used to work.
Okay.
Like when I wake up in the morning, I first of all do 6 kilometers of trekking.
That's what I just wanted to ask you, exercise.
Yes, I exercise 6 kilometers every morning. So I don't rush to go to office by 8 o'clock, no.
Good.
The average time I get to my office is 12 and 1.
Yeah.
So I don't do that in those days when I wake up by 5 a.m. and go, no.
You're rushing, taking your bag, running out.
I leave the house about to 7 or 6.
Because you've already put structure on ground.
Yeah, so I go and do my exercise, come back, bath, then eat and then go to work.
Wow.
Then so if you are tired, you need to keep yourself. Otherwise, you will find that those money you have, you spend it on health. Even at the prayer level of efforts that we are making, you still spend so much on your health. Going old is not easy. You know what it is that to get to the age that we are, we meet a lot of encounters like this. Because if I look at it, with many of our friends, our peers, when they struggle, we are all struggling with one thing or the other. So you must engage yourself to keep yourself active. It's not a question of money. Yes, you may have money, but it's not a money issue.
Yeah, so for you that has retired there, you can hear from his mouth, he's also a retiree like you. So keep doing something to make you have more money. You know that you have people that you can also help. And if you think you have more money, you don't need money anymore, keep doing something to keep you healthy. Do your exercise, all right? Don't joke with this thing, and eat good food, right food, all right?
Yeah.
Eat right, okay?
Yes, of course.
That's the advice is given to you now. So what is your pathway to success, sir?
Discipline.
Discipline.
Yes.
Wow.
Because if you are not disciplined, you can't get anything done. If you are not disciplined, you'll be married to your television. If you are not disciplined, you'll be married to beer. If you are not disciplined, you'll be married to women. But if you are disciplined, that clears one side.
That's beautiful.
You now look at the focus of where you want to go. So the first thing you know in life is to be disciplined.
Good.
You see, in the school I attended, the disciplinary measures were so strict. We had one man who was our discipline master.
Okay.
We call him Colonial Master. He was the only black man in our school. If it rains, Kolo will go and stand in the rain. Where it is raining,
Yeah.
you will wear his rain cape. You come late, you collect your 6
Are you
inside that rain.
serious? That's
Yes.
what he's employed to do?
Yes, to discipline students, to make us to the line. So it's called discipline master. He does what about his major job is discipline.
Wow.
And when he's lashing you, you finish, he assemble of you on the assembly, he tells you, there is no rainy day in St. John's. I repeat, that's where he talks. There is no rainy day in St. John's.
Oh,
in your prospectus, you have to get a rainy coat or an umbrella. So I repeat,
where is he from?
it's my time, but he grew up in the East.
Oh, all right, yeah.
So since he grew up in Aba,
Okay.
there is no rainy day in St. John's. There is no rainy day in St. John's. In your prospectus, you have to get an umbrella or a rainy coat. So there is no rainy day in St.
After
John's.
he's wearing a raining coat and standing under the tree.
So that it is raining, it's no excuse that I should come late to school.
Oh, yeah, I don't get it.
So
now.
you come late to school in the rain, you get lost in the rain. So that is the level of discipline that I grew up with.
Okay.
And once you have discipline, it clears some part from you. And once those parts are clear, you start seeing the part of life that you must follow.
Wow. That's a beautiful.
Discipline is a major thing to start with.
It's a beautiful one. It's a beautiful one. What's your mantra, sir? Your
Kind of.
strong mantra that keeps you going
Well,
when you don't feel like.
the major thing is that, remember, if it has to be you.
Wow.
Because people can give you money. People can give you opportunities.
Yeah.
But if you don't exploit them, you're not going nowhere.
Wow. You can even give to someone too.
Yes. So if it has to be, it has to be you.
You.
So sometimes it has to be me.
Me. I get that. I love that mantra, really.
that is
If it
where I
has
see
to
life.
be, it has to be me.
Yes. That to be- I
Wow.
have to make it happen.
That's a great one.
So
Having said all of these things, sir, so many achievements, so many things you have done. Even for people, this charitable lifestyle, it's not everybody that has it. So would you say dream do come true?
of course, dream comes true. You can make your dream come true
Okay.
by making efforts.
All right.
But how true your dream comes is in the hands of God.
You have to play your part
Play your part
and let God
and let
does
God
the
play
remaining.
his part. You know, the situations I have been in my life are situations I have never really planned for. But it's a situation where opportunity meets preparation.
That's true.
I have never aspired to be, okay, let me go and lobby, then make me manager. No. But I work in the way that before I know it, at age 29, I was a senior manager.
Wow.
Considering where I was coming from.
Yeah.
That is not a mean feat. In the banking industry, when people have gray hair. But the reason I was never a supervisor was because my bosses tells me when I was reading, when they tried promoting so that by the time I finished, they said, no, you are too young, people will not respect you.
Oh.
They said I was too young to be a supervisor.
Okay.
That people will not respect me.
But the supervisor and the manager is higher than
Manager
the
is
supervisor.
higher. You know, when you come in as a clerk,
Yeah.
a junior clerk, a clerk, senior clerk, supervisor,
Yeah.
and then officer and manager.
Okay.
So when I was a junior, I was just an ordinary clerk
Oh, yeah?
till I graduated.
Wow.
I was never promoted, and my boss then will tell me, no, you are too young, nobody will respect you as a supervisor.
So it was the supervisor level they would have promoted you to?
Yes.
Okay.
But he said I was too young, and they won't respect me. So when I finished, I was now being forced, because I have the option. Now I can go to another bank and I go as an officer.
Yeah.
So they have to move me from supervisor to officer.
manager.
Direct.
Oh, to officer.
Yes,
I understand.
direct. So that is the way it is. You have to prepare yourself so that when opportunities come, it will help you.
Yeah.
Outside the industry, for instance, I've held positions like now. I'm the chairman of this zone of the estate.
Okay.
I never raised my hand up for any position. Vote for me or no. I've never. Like the day I was being elected here, I was doing my eye surgery in the hospital. I wasn't even in the meeting.
You didn't even know. They have to call you and tell you.
Yes, my one of them told me that we are going to vote for. I said I'm not going to be here. They said no, you see, I want to be chairman of this zone. For instance, right now, I'm president of Catholic Organization in the province of Lagos. I've acted as the national president of CMO.
Wow.
I was the president of CMO for Lagos Archdiocese, which is about 222 parishes.
Yeah.
I have never raised my hand for an election. No.
Wow.
People will come and say, no, okay, because of the way you are,
Yeah.
we want you to do this. So, let your lifestyle be that of, I am prepared.
Yeah.
So that opportunities will come and you'll be ready to take them.
Yeah. You know, there is this saying that preparation precedes performance.
Yes.
So what you don't prepare for, you can perform.
And then when you get that position, let that preparation show.
Oh yeah, that's
when it show, people will now be able to recommend, oh, he did this well. Let us give him.
Yeah,
he did
that's
this well.
true.
Let us do. So you start going from place to place.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, that's a very great one, sir. What would you say to people? So everyone watching, you can look straight to the camera and speak to our audience. What would be your advice to everyone generally based on what we've talked about? Because all of these are from you. So what would be your advice to them?
Well, I don't know if I'm qualified to advise anybody, but if I use my background to advise people, is to say, first of all, it depends on you where you want to get to. So prepare yourself. Then go out there and look for the opportunities. When they come, use them wisely. Opportunities are not many, they are few. For anyone that comes your way, use it wisely. And then in doing that, everyone is important. Nobody that is not important. Your messenger, your manager, your director, your driver, everybody is important. Because the man today who is a messenger can be a manager tomorrow. And you may need that person, not because you don't have money, but because of where they occupy. So, as you rise, be nice to those that you are meeting on the way, and also let those who are ahead of you know that you respect them as you respect those that are behind you. And then please pray. It is not those who work the hardest that are successful. It is those that are blessed by the grace of God. So work and pray for God's grace, and I pray that it be with you. That's my advice.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. May the Lord bless you.
Bless you too.
Amen. Thank you, sir. You have all heard it. He has said it all. Let us adhere to what he said. To be a good man is to have a good name. And you can only have a good name when you have invested into the life of people. You made a positive impact in their lives. That somebody can confidently wake up and say, if not that God used this person, I wouldn't have been who I am today. That somebody can see you on the street and run after you and say, Sasa, you helped me then. Maybe you've forgotten. That is the life. Let us live that good life. See you again. Bye.